Welcome to episode 14 of
The Push. I'm Steve Machine Curran.
Kevin Big Daddy Allwood, and we are a bit late with this episode, Steve.
We've had a traumatic couple of weeks, or I have anyway.
Yeah, I've had a pretty...
we've both been through the ringer, haven't we?
Yeah, pretty heavy few days anyway. So normally we do this on a Saturday.
Yes.
And post it up by the Sunday, but it's been almost 2 weeks now, Steve.
Yeah, but we're back, and for those people that missed us, I want to say thank you to a couple of people. We've had you may wonder why we're wearing earrings, pirate earrings. But we have a regular listener or viewer who messages us regularly. George Jones. He rocks earrings, and he wanted to know why we stopped wearing ours after referring to them on the last episode.
So there you go.
There you go. These earrings for you, George. I feel like a pirate.
I don't think I'll be wearing them again.
No. In fact, I don't think I'll last the whole podcast with them in.
I've got to unscrew mine.
Do you?
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Mine are...
Clip-ons?
I literally wore these I never took them out. I used to wear them all the time.
Yeah.
Now I feel really odd wearing them.
Is that because you're an old bastard?
Well, even if I was young, I don't think I'd wear them anymore. I don't know. It's just
not the 90s anymore.
It's not the 90s anymore, or the early 2000s.
I got mine done in the 90s.
Oh, you didn't have them pierced before then?
No.
Because George actually asked that question, when did you get them pierced? I pierced my ears when I was 16, 17.
Did you?
I'd got mine done both by a piercing person, and then I did an extra one in that hole, like with the ice cube and this.
I remember when I was at school, I was about 12, so just before high school, and boys would get one.
That's right, because if you pierced them on the other side, you were gay.
Yeah, but which side was which? You never knew.
No, the right side was the gay side.
Right, okay.
So what happened?
So you got your right side done then? First?
I got both done.
Yeah.
What that means.
I've actually got two in this here.
Yeah, well, same thing.
And one there.
Yeah, I noticed you got... Still.
I haven't tried to put anything through that hole lately, recently. No, just the regularly used holes.
Yeah.
I actually put these in last night. Went out for
was there any problem putting them in?
No.
Oh, you went out in public with them in?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the Big Daddy's Burgers. I saw a photo.
Yeah.
Jade
didn't go there. We just took the photo.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a traumatic week. Do you want to talk about any of the stuff that you're going through, or do you want to leave it?
Look, I can briefly touch on it. I had two court appearances in the family court, so that's all like done and dusted now. And it's actually a clause in there that I can't actually talk about much.
Yes.
So but that chapter is closing-ish. Pretty much. It's actually quite a relief, because it was hectic for my schedule to have to drive to Canberra so frequently, which is a 3.5 hour drive each way, and I was doing it. I've done it
every week.
I think not quite every week, but I've done it like 16 times this year. I
was gonna, because you're in a bad way on Monday, and I had a couple of experiences over the last week or so, which I didn't cope with well. How do you deal with stress?
I usually just fucking put it on the back burner and try not to deal with it.
Right.
It doesn't really work very well. Training's good.
Yeah.
Training is good for any negative emotion, I think. So whether it be stress or sadness or fear or jealousy or any of those negative emotions, I would like to channel that into my workout and turn it into a positive by using that and focusing it in a different direction.
One thing I've only now in the last year or so really turned to is talking to friends about stuff, reaching out to people, calling people, and because I just thought the training thing definitely worked.
Yeah.
But it only works to a degree, and it only works while you're training.
Yeah, that's right. It doesn't actually solve anything. Yeah, and you're right. Talking does help. I was seeing a psychologist for most of this year.
Yeah.
And that was good. Even though I wouldn't say I was skeptical, but I wasn't really that
invested,
confident about whether it would have a positive effect. But just like you said just now, just the fact of talking to somebody,
purging.
And obviously, this guy's impartial, so he doesn't know me other than what I've told him, which is everything.
Yeah.
But you tell someone, and it takes a weight off your shoulders.
Yeah. Problem shared is a problem halved.
Oh, there we go. I've never heard that before.
But yeah, so so we didn't do the podcast the week before because and in hindsight, this makes us both happy doing this, and we're probably like in future I'm gonna, even if I'm feeling like shit, I'm gonna do it because not doing it didn't resolve the issue that I had because Bianca a week ago was the victim of cyberbullying.
Yes.
And
you spent last Saturday with her, which is totally understandable.
Sure.
And I, when you told me that was what it was. So.
Yeah, but
yeah, that's another whole topic, isn't it? Cyberbullying.
Well, I was going to say because the situation was she was one of her friends / frenemies invited a group of her best friends over for a sleepover. And didn't invite Bianca, and that it is what it is. She's not forced to invite Bianca to any sleepovers, but then proceeded to message her that night, asking if Bianca was jealous that she wasn't invited, and asking to FaceTime with her to look at her face to see if she was really jealous or not.
Yeah, well, there's a couple of issues there. That little girl that did that's a bit of a cunt for doing
Pretty
that,
much.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's one thing. But your daughter's 10 and you've got her a cell phone already.
Yes.
That's another issue, Stephen.
I agree. And so when I got home, I was at work, and I got home, and she'd been allowed to sit in the room by herself, messaging. Either Gab didn't know, or
not in the push studios, but in her.
Oh, sorry,
bedroom.
at home in our mansion,
in her tower.
Incidentally, viewers can't see it, but the push mansion compound is actually being painted at the moment. It's being painted this disgusting green colour. And
I don't know why.
Who agreed to that? Did you sign off on that?
The committee must have done it without our knowledge.
Yeah, I don't know. We've got to. I think we have to fire a few people.
So yeah. I think a paler colour would be better.
Yeah, so it's like this sort of emerald.
No, it's more like a dark avocado.
Yeah, avocados. Yeah, like avocado skin green. It's fucking horrible. I don't know. So our heads are going to roll about that. Anyway, so we may get distracted. We've actually got painters outside overlooking the pool at the moment. So
yeah.
If you hear any weird noises, it's just some
Mexican painters.
Mexican painters. They do look a bit Mexican. Actually.
I don't know if they're Mexican or not.
But anyway, getting back to cyberbullying, but I fucked up because I got home and it had all been resolved. Bianca had a chat to Gabriella about it. It had been resolved. And then I came home and I got really indignant about it. And in hindsight, I actually made it more about me and my anger at the little girl. So I came in like a fucking bull in a china shop. It was like, how dare she do this?
Yeah,
I wanted to cancel.
I totally get it.
Yeah.
Being a dad, my son's been bullied physically on the playground.
Really?
And I was ready to go and rip some kid's head off.
Well, what I was going to do was cancel work on the Saturday to go to the netball game and basically threaten the girl's father. I obviously wasn't going to hit the kid, but I was itching to go and fucking play, So all would have been a result of me getting an AVO against you would have
been
in trouble.
Yeah.
And incredibly embarrassed my daughter.
Yes.
Fortunately, Gab is the voice of reason in our family, and she talked me out of that.
Yeah, it's not good, mate. Bullying, whether it's in any form, the latest cyberbullying online
or physical,
in person, it's just disgraceful.
Yeah,
kids do it all the time.
Kids are
and they
ruthless.
always will. Look, they always will. It's got something that you've got to kind of expect. I got pushed around when I was a kid. And it's not nice, man.
Gab actually ended up, because she's the coach of the netball team. She ended up just quietly
she sidelined that bitch.
Well, they didn't have enough players to sideline her. She was going to, but what she did do was pull her aside and saying, "Listen, what you did, messaging Bianca last night was cyberbullying." She said, "Oh no," and Gab used to be a teacher at school, so she's used to putting kids in a place. And she said, "No, you never message Bianca normally. You chose to message her tonight because you're rubbing it in her face that she didn't get invited. So this will never happen again, will it?" And the kid was like, "No."
Did she burst into tears?
She was on the clothes, yeah. But anyway,
she should have kicked her at the same time.
Yeah, I'm just like, as I said, it's good that I didn't go.
Yeah.
How did you deal with Jake getting physically bullied?
I contacted the principal of the school,
right,
and the teacher, then the principal. They did nothing at first,
right,
which made me very, very pissed off.
Of course, yeah.
Had to contact them a second time.
Yeah.
And when I found out which kid did it, nothing had been done after some number of days, which a few days, I can't remember. So I went up to the kid and told him,
don't do it.
Stay away from my son.
Yeah.
I don't know if I swore. I don't think I swore, but I just said, you keep your hands to yourself. Don't you ever touch my son again.
Yeah. Did you cry?
Oh, he wasn't. He ran off. And,
no. I think that's what happens with the bullying situation.
I was as menacing as I possibly could be with dark sunglasses and puffing my chest up a bit.
Yeah, and because kids, when they bully...
I got in trouble for that from the school.
But fuck it, really.
The school school told me off.
Yeah, but it would have continued if you hadn't done that, for sure.
Yeah.
Because kids bully and they don't think there's going to be consequences from the kid's parent.
Right.
They don't, they do it. They're not thinking, I'm doing this and Bianca's dad's going to get angry at me. The parents aren't even in the equation. You know what I mean?
Not.
So it's a shock to them when you actually do turn up and do that.
Yeah.
And that's often the only thing that's needed, really. I also, so that was last week, and then this week, I went to a friend's funeral service. They haven't actually, the coroner hasn't released the body yet, but a friend of mine, Rob, OD'd. It's common knowledge what happened to him, but he looked like he was clean for a little while and looked like he passed away, so we had to go to his funeral for that, and that was
he was young, right? He was only
35.
Yeah.
Smart, friendly, kind person, good guy. You know what's sad though is looking at the mother who's trying to put a brave face on it, and you realise, man, like life is short, like
when your kids go before you, that
shouldn't happen.
No, that's messed up. Imagine that.
Oh well, I mean, and then the same day I came home and then came back to the gym and found out that a young girl had passed away at 21.
Oh yeah.
And again, an overdose on G, and I knew the girl, and she's a kid, like she looked like a bigger version of Bianca, and again, you imagine what the family's going through. Like, it's devastating. I don't know.
Can't even imagine that.
We talk about bullying. In all honesty, if I was the father in that situation, I'd end up
behind bars.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, because look, to be honest, if I lost my daughter, I don't know how I'd come back from that anyway.
Yeah, no, I can't even imagine what that family is going through now. 21's still a kid, man.
Like my friend Rob that passed away, he's 35, and to be honest, the choices he made led him to that. And this girl probably never partied before she met the person she was with, But anyway, like I tell you what, it makes you grateful for the people and the family that you have in your life, and like I spent some nice times with the girls, and like it really does make you realise
that delicate. Life is. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, imagine living in a country where people are shot and killed every day.
Yeah.
That just... Can you
imagine? Like that's the norm.
Yeah, like Brazil and fucking...
Or any of the Middle East or anything.
War countries,
Yeah, we're very lucky, man. We are very lucky.
We are lucky. Isolated is probably a bonus, really.
In fact, if there was a zombie holocaust, this is probably the place to be.
Probably New Zealand, actually.
You think?
Yeah.
Too cold for zombies? North Queensland, actually. I'm going to go back to Magnetic Island where we were married and build a compound similar to the compound we've got here. Probably
not as many stories.
Probably not as many pools. bit more secure, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, not
and fight the zombies from there.
or not have the big long driveway that we've got.
What was your? We've got to turn around like the limos and stuff.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. We wouldn't really need that in. If it's not imperative to
what
keep.
island was it?
Magnetic Island.
I've not been.
You
there.
guys should go there sometime.
I've been to a couple of the islands up there, but not that one.
How far up? What island?
I don't know. Hamilton and
Hamilton's beautiful.
Whitsundays and.
I think that's where just quickly. Cerise, who is a friend of ours, and you should follow her Instagram, Cerise page. She just had a great trip to Hamilton Island, all expense paid on a boat and yacht. But then halfway through it, she fell over and busted her teeth through her lower mouth,
Jesus.
and ends up with a big gash here. So she's had a big Band-Aid on her mouth, but didn't ruin a holiday. She's still posting photos of her butt.
Her butt, right? There we go.
Sorry, yeah, you're about to say something.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, really? Okay. Just a couple of shout-outs as well to Jess Leary. She is apparently an avid listener or watcher. So thanks for your support, Jess. Hopefully you come to my birthday party.
Who's the other one?
Well, George Jones.
Oh, he's already
regularly
had a
messages.
shout-out. No, you can't have two.
All right, yeah, let's go a bit more. And, yeah.
How's your diet going, Steve?
Better, like, recently. Yeah. But you know what? Like, with what's been happening, I can't get invested as much as I used to. Like, if I blow it, I'm like...
Mate, I'm in the zone. I'm focused.
It's good. Yeah, it's good. I think if you are, you are. Look, I'm not going to... I'd like to be more committed to it, but at the same time, I'm not going to punish myself about it like I used to or like I have been. Like, because fucking... I might change. Like, if I go and have Macca's tonight, I'll no doubt hate myself afterwards.
Don't do it.
I'm not planning to, but if I do, like as I said...
It's Friday, though.
Yeah, that's a main thing. Man, I just... And this isn't me trying to get out of dieting or justify blowing a diet, but I feel like I've been doing this for so long, 28 years, and I'm not going to fucking self-flagellate myself.
Oh, yeah? I thought you liked to do that on weekends.
If I blow it, you know? Because life's too fucking short, man.
Yeah, look,
I applaud you for being in the zone. More power to you.
Last Friday.
Didn't you have a sushi meal or something?
Massive sushi meal. Yeah. So
Feel good?
Yeah, it was great. We gorged ourselves, and the whole family.
Yeah.
And but that was after 4 weeks of
a staunch.
Yeah.
And you're back on the program.
Yeah, back on.
Yeah, good.
Back on. And there's 4 weeks left until
the
end of the what is it called? City Gym Summer Shred.
So you were going to say the push then, weren't you?
I was a bit confused there.
Wednesday the 19th, which is my 50th.
Yeah, 4 weeks from 2 days ago.
We've got to actually work out how we're going to announce the winners. I'd like to actually have a dinner on the Wednesday.
Yeah, we can't have a dinner at John's because he's closing.
That's a pity. So, Singapura Cafe on Oxford Street, if you haven't been yet, go before it closes.
Closing on the 11th of December. That's like what?
We should have
2 weeks.
We need to have a lunch there before it closes.
I'm there every second day at least.
Yeah, I go there Mondays. I go there.
Do you?
Yeah. Sometimes.
Yes. You're looking at those things.
I'm looking at your things.
Yeah.
Who's Jared Hayne?
You don't know who Jared Hayne is?
No, I think I've heard the name.
Jared Hayne's a rugby league player.
Oh, that's why I haven't heard of it.
But he famously left rugby league a couple of years ago and went over to America to try his hand at American football.
Was he the kicker? The guy who was doing the kicking?
Was he kicking? Maybe. But he got a start. He got drafted or whatever. Signed. He played a few games, but then he didn't really perform particularly well.
Still probably got paid millions of dollars.
So they stuck him on the bench, and then he's back. He's back playing rugby league back in Australia.
Who's
now.
he play for?
Parramatta Eels, I think.
All right. I don't know.
Last year. Anyway.
Do you follow the league?
But hang on, he's been charged with sexual assault.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a woman over in the States tried to charge him with that, right? And he had to go back, and anyway, that was dropped because she paid for the Uber to get to her house, and there was like these circumstances which, he is a wealthy sportsman, and I guess it was deemed that she was probably trying to get a payout. So it was dismissed.
That's difficult,
It was dismissed. And now, but back in Australia...
It's happened again.
It's happened again. She's claiming that she withdrew consent during the act.
Right. as you can. You can. Why you don't agree?
Oh, okay, yeah, you can.
Of course you can at any time. Both parties can.
So what happens whether what happens? I mean, you know.
So let's say you're mid stroke and the girl says, "No, I'm not having this. I want to stop."
Yeah,
what, are you going to keep going?
No, of course not. No, I'm not trying to say, I'm not trying to argue for that side of things.
Well, what are you saying then?
But no, I'm just saying, you know, did she really
say that?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Or is she looking for a payout as well?
I think if you're a celebrity, you've got to film your
sex clothes.
Yeah, absolutely. Wouldn't you? Like, I mean, you hear about people having to do affidavits. Like literally groupies have to sign something before they go and get fired.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's been my experience.
Back in the day when you had
when I was a rock star.
Yeah.
No, but
do they really do that?
Yeah, they do stuff like that. Yeah, like
nowadays.
Yeah, for sure.
Back in the day.
No, but that's been a thing, like non-disclosure sort of things. But if I had any money at all, apart from the assets that we've got for the, I'd be filming everything. I mean, I do anyway, but I'd be filming and just keep it keep it stored. Literally. That's the society that these people live in. That they could, 10 years later, someone could say, no, actually, it wasn't consensual.
Or Cosby got done that many years later, didn't he? For 30 years later or something.
Yeah, but the evidence was overwhelming.
It was overwhelming, but I'm referring to the length of time.
Yeah.
Since the
act.
Yeah. Is that just valid with sexual crimes, or can assault, just like physical assaults, be brought backdated like that?
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
So, yeah, what happens there? Like, if you say, isn't that interesting? What is that the case? Like, let's say you beat someone up 10 years ago, or whatever, within the statute of limitations.
Or what about if you got to beat someone up at school?
Yeah.
Oh, it depends what the length of time. Is there a time frame?
Well, the statute of limitations, but does that apply to rape?
Does that apply to Australia? I know it's an American thing.
But that is, I don't know that we'd have to. You know who would know? Maddie would know because she's studying law.
When's she coming on as?
I actually asked her today because I just chatted to her at the gym.
Let's just get her on.
Yeah, Maddie. Look, just
open invitation.
Yeah.
We haven't met, and we were going to meet first.
Have you met her once?
No, we'll just meet here.
Yeah, good idea.
We'll get an Uber to get her to bring her to the Push Studios.
Okay. She's got her own car.
Okay.
I thought this was a reference to Jared Hayne or something.
Oh. Yeah.
It's not that sort of show.
Okay.
So Maddie, come on, and Kev can get to know you during the process, during the
by talking to you.
Yes.
Yes, interviewing you.
Because she lost 30 kilos.
Did she find it?
She through.
That would be terrible, losing 30 kilos.
Yes.
Someone would be upset.
Imagine that. You'd you'd be in trouble. You'd want to skip the country then, wouldn't you? She lost 30 kilos of fat.
Yes.
Through what's that?
Atkins.
No, the
intermittent fasting.
No, keep going. Jeff Jowett's gym.
Body trim.
No, what did he start? Vision PT.
Right.
She was a fatty, and now she's not.
Yeah,
now she went from a fatty to a hottie.
Yeah.
And initially via.
That's a better way to go than the opposite.
No, it is. Yeah.
I've seen the opposite happen. I've
seen it frequently.
Remember at high school, there was hot girls when they were about 16.
Oh 17. Man, I went to the. Did you go to any of your school reunions?
Nah. Missed out.
I went to my so it was my 10-year school reunion. By which time I'd been training really hard for 6 years.
Yeah.
So 6 of the 10 years I've been training.
Yes.
And I fucking dieted like a motherfucker for that school reunion.
Yes.
And I turned up there, and like all the jocks and the sort of the guys that were getting the girls,
cool guys,
they all looked like shit.
Yeah,
they all like and
blown away.
Just they're just giving this. They're just not really. They're just saying, "Oh, you're on steroids, are you?" That sort of shit. No,
right.
Discounting the 6 years of training and the dieting I'd done, and same with the girls, the hotties at school that were just hot by genetics and had all gone to shit.
Yes,
and the girls that
I often think that must be the case with those girls that were hot when you were 16, 17.
For sure,
and that they'd be yeah.
Can you imagine?
Nothing.
Because the girls and guys,
the girls that are still up here in my head.
Yeah, that's not what they look like anymore, man. I'm sorry.
I'll keep the old.
Keep the old in the wank bank. But the ones who had to work at it, would have sustained that.
Yes.
Like us, really.
Yes. That's right.
Yeah. I mean, if you hadn't trained, what would you look like now?
Yeah, it's a hard question.
I'd be skinny fat. I'd probably still be. I'd be about 65 kilos, and I'd just be skinny fat.
Yeah, I don't even want to
go
down that fucking thought path.
Yeah, that's why I'm always amazed by these people that train and have attained a physique and
then give it up.
They just stop training.
Oh, I know. I was talking to an old mate from New Zealand just today, talking about another guy saying, "Oh, he hasn't trained for years," and you know he was a like 10 years at least training.
Yeah.
He trained with him for a while, and this mate of mine said, "No, he hasn't trained. He's out of shape. He looks like shit. He hasn't trained for years."
I was talking to Gabriella about that.
I don't get it. Unless you were talking to Gabrielle about that.
Yeah.
About what?
Not training. And
about her not training?
Oh, I just mentioned it.
And
it wasn't met with a
Received
very
well?
positive response.
Oh. She's been at the gym
Yeah, she's been at the gym.
occasionally.
I don't know why she's won Miss Australasia.
Yes.
And got in ridiculous condition.
I remember.
And
way back.
and has won 18 years ago, and has a world title in bench press.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she won a world title in the bench press.
Yeah, shit.
And bench press in the gym, she's benched 90 for a rep for a single, and she's benched 85 in a sanctioned competition
for a championship
at 53 kilos. But now, she just lost interest.
She has other interests.
Yeah.
Coaching her daughter's netball team. I'm sure there's
do you know what? Like I feel like we're going to go to Queensland for Christmas, and she's not going to want to go to the beach.
Oh yeah,
right.
So it's still right.
So it's like you can't not drop everything, and you can, but then you've got to sort of accept that you're not going to be in the optimal shape, which is fine if that's what you want to do, but you can't.
Have it both ways.
You can't have it both ways. You can't have your cake and eat it.
Fucking cake.
I love it. Chocolate cake. You know what though? I was at the Rob's funeral, and there was these chocolate cupcakes with chocolate on top,
icing on top.
No, vanilla icing, and then chocolate like embedded, like chocolate blocks inside. Oh, yeah. And Rania had one, and I didn't have one.
You got to be staunch, or you got to be abstain.
Yeah, I knew if I had one, especially given the circumstances, I'd have just eaten. I'd have been eating them, and people would have been crying and stuff, and I'd have just been like chocolate all over me, going, just eating. Do you want that? I'll have that. But I didn't do that. It's good to go to bed at night knowing you haven't fucked up, isn't it?
Yes.
You never wake up in the morning, and this relates to a lot of behaviours, but you never wake up in the morning going, fuck, I wish I had that chocolate last night.
No.
Do you?
No.
Yeah.
That's right. I contemplated last night, and I didn't, and I went and woke up.
What was triggering you?
Oh, just wanting to have a sweet.
Yeah.
Craving. I was quite tired, and I should have just gone to bed, but I was like, how can I stay awake? I know, I can eat something with sugar in it.
Yeah, because that's how you justify it. Yeah. It gives you some energy.
Yeah.
When in reality, it will probably push your insulin up and made you sleepy. Maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, because you wouldn't have stopped at one piece of chocolate.
No, I would not have.
It would have opened the floodgates.
No, there's plenty of chocolate there still left over.
I don't have it in the house.
No, not mine. It's the boys.
No, well, none of it's mine.
Have you seen... I'm changing this up. You finished with that? I'm changing this up.
Well, I was just going to say, since I've locked it in the lockbox, it's been a big...
Yeah, in the safe.
It's in the safe. But did I tell you, Bianca... So Bianca had forgotten the safe combination. And so she's ringing Gabriella to ask for the combination at the safe. But she was repeating the numbers as Gab was saying. So I was like, Bianca, don't repeat the numbers. I was conflicted because half of me was just...
Drill a hole into the safe and then pour liquid chocolate in so it fills the whole thing with solid.
It's just a solid...
And they open it up and everything's just chocolate in there.
Wow, that sounds like heaven. It sounds like a...
And then you stick your dick in it.
What the fuck?
That's just true heaven. Chocolate heaven.
Chocolate.
No, I'm
Chocolate cock.
talking shit.
You are talking shit.
Yeah. I was given a chocolate penis once.
I'm sure you were.
No, an actual chocolate as a gift.
That was the cock.
It was in the shape of a cock.
A little one. How big was it?
It was smaller than mine, thankfully.
Yeah, so it was. I have no idea how big his penis is. I don't really want to know.
Sure you don't.
Can we move on?
We can move on. Okay, have you seen the latest fucking bullshit that you can get fined $448 for eating while driving?
What? Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not kidding you at all.
What, eating?
And 3 points.
Eating irresponsibly?
Eating behind the wheel.
No.
Fucking, I'm telling you.
I'm gobsmacked.
I am too. I'm horrified. I eat nearly all my meals while I'm driving.
So
I drive to Canberra and I eat 3 times.
Okay, but
Because
what's the justification?
It's an extrapolation of using your phone. So when you use your phone, you're distracted. They don't want drivers distracted. If you reach for food or you look down for food in your lap, you're not concentrating. You don't have 2 hands on the wheel and you're not concentrating on the road.
I could have... All right, well, then the next step is...
you can't touch your radio.
You can't do your makeup. If
no,
you're
that's
female,
part of it as well. No makeup.
That's valid.
No eating.
That's valid because women literally put the visor down and are doing their makeup and not watching what they're doing.
Yeah, that's true.
However, I could imagine if you were taking selfies, like photos of your food for your Instagram
No,
page.
this is just eating.
That's ludicrous.
That is ludicrous. A lot of bodybuilders aren't going to be too happy.
No, that's ridiculous. I am. Although what I normally do if I've got my Tupperware next to me with my fork, I'll usually stop when I stop at the lights.
Yes.
Then I'll have a bite and then put it back down.
You'll still get done for that.
That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
That's called revenue raising.
Yeah, it is called revenue raising.
That's all it is.
Yep.
The phone thing, I think, is valid. Like, I really think that the phones using phones is a scourge on driving. Like it's so dangerous. It's so fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
And
but how many snackers behind the wheel have caused accidents?
No, I'd say probably none.
Probably none.
Probably
very few.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's just fucking...
Because it's about the investment...
but how much they're fucking trying to control everything you do.
Yeah.
It's just fucking...
Well, it's the opposite of what works as well. Like they've shown that within countries like Portugal and Sweden that have decriminalised drugs, drugs, how there's been a 50% decrease in crime.
Yeah, well, this is harking back to the whole Nanny state situation, right?
Yeah.
And the main one that most people are upset. I'm not, but most people are the lockout laws.
I don't care, but
drinking.
It's definitely affected.
It's affected so many businesses, not just the hotels and bars, but all the peripheral businesses, the food, the people,
restaurants.
Yeah,
but it would. I mean, it's definitely in Sydney. There's ulterior motives involved. You know, the whole Barangaroo casino that's being built.
Probably.
This is all long term. I believe this is all long term in supporting the original casino and then the huge big
one that's being made down by the
because it's just every drinkers get funneled and partiers get funneled into those areas.
Maybe the whole sort of underworld crime element to controlling everything. That's probably a big bonus for the lawmakers that's sort of taken their business away.
The biggest crime element I think in deep with politicians anyway. They're probably benefiting anyway. I mean, some low level person that maybe owns a couple of clubs aren't the real criminals.
True. But the whole King's Cross that's died, right? There's people that have suffered from that. Right?
Oh, for sure. But then look at Newtown. Newtown's pumping. Newtown, you walk through there.
Well, Newtown's outside the zone.
That's what I'm saying, though. Yeah. Like, Newtown's really benefited.
Yeah, I think maybe slightly going further west will pick up too.
Yeah,
maybe
look at what's that hotel on the corner? The Marlborough. Marlborough?
Yeah.
Just pumping.
I went there for dinner last night.
Did you? Yeah, how was it?
It's really good steak, actually.
Okay. Was it busy?
It was not over busy. No.
Busy at night time, like on the weekend. I drove past there sometimes.
Yeah, it was only a Thursday night.
Right,
So
right.
8 o'clock.
Yeah. I can't believe that. Still amazes me.
I'm horrified. I eat 5 or 6 times a day, and I seriously 3 of them while I'm driving.
Yeah.
Because part of my job, I've got to drive.
Yeah.
And going travelling.
And you literally, it's hard to pull over just to eat. I mean,
fuck that.
It's ridiculous.
You lose so much time with your journey.
Yeah. Yeah, that's weird.
Have to liquefy everything.
Oh, fuck that. We talked about that.
Have a long straw and just like so you're not actually moving your hands to your
Look,
face.
I get, as I said, the phone thing. I constantly see people looking at their phones.
Oh yeah.
When they're driving, and not just
at lights.
Yeah, like
while moving.
Yeah,
like,
I know. You see people actually they're going forward and they're looking at their phone as they're driving forward.
You
and
can't be doing that.
No, that's not on.
If you have your phone in there like a cradle thing on the top of your dash, and you're like doing your GPS or whatever like that, that's okay, right?
Well, that's legal, but still, like
what if you get your Spotify music organised on
that's okay
in a cradle?
That's okay.
You just can't hold it, right?
Yeah, but isn't it like eating a meal is a lot less mentally taxing, or that's going to have a lot less impact than doing something on a phone cradle, which is completely legal. Yeah. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. Yeah. You
like,
don't have to think to eat.
No.
But you do. There is something
cognitive
required to look up an address
yes.
or change songs.
Change songs or something like that.
Search, yeah.
Or like, message on Grindr or something.
Or like just zoom in on the porn that's playing.
Reverse dating.
Yeah. No, reverse dating.
Oh, reverse dating.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
I was watching TV the other night.
Yeah.
Me and Jade, and this TV show came on, and it was a British game show type thing called Reverse Dating.
That sounds classy.
So there was two halves basically. The first half was one contestant.
Can I just show? Just to interrupt once. Can we just show the?
No.
No, I want to just show the paint. Just show the viewers what we're actually.
He's gone.
He's up there. He's up there. Anyway.
Sorry. Yeah. Now you're gonna fuck that up. All right. So reverse dating, right? So the contestant was a woman.
That's all right.
There was 6 chambers behind her that all had doors over them, so you couldn't see. There was sort of I guess a coloured glass or something. So
just a glory hole.
You could see there was a figure behind each one, right? So the first contestant, she was straight, so there were 6 dudes there, right? And the woman tells us a little bit about herself, and then the 6 doors slide up halfway, and you see their naked legs right up to their dick.
With their cock out?
Yep, cock out.
That's hilarious.
So you see the bottom half of them, and she looks at all the dicks.
That's great.
Right?
Yeah.
And she eliminates one.
Right.
And that guy, whoever she eliminates, that door goes right up, you see his whole...
Oh, that's terrible.
He comes down to her.
The eliminated one.
Yeah, he comes down, gives her a kiss and says, see you later, and he walks off naked. Then
where was this filmed?
This is a British show. It's a
English
British
show.
It's an actual dating show.
That's great.
So then there's 5 left.
Right.
They all turn around and she checks out their asses.
Yep.
And eliminates one.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's hairy asses and small asses and big asses, black, whatever.
Yeah.
And so now it's down to 4, and then it goes up to reveal the torso.
Physique,
no head though. No head.
Right.
And so she sees the whole body.
Yes.
Still dick right out there.
Yeah.
And she eliminates another one. So it's down to... And it gets down to 2, and she sees their heads.
Right.
And she makes a call on which one.
Right.
And the loser fucks off, and the winner comes down, and they... Oh, sorry. No, I missed a bit. Before she gets down to the last 2, she goes off, comes back, naked. She's dressed for the first 3/4 of it. She comes back naked, and she makes the last decision while she's naked as well. So the guy that she chooses, the last 2 guys actually, get to see her naked.
Right.
And then the second contestant, and then they go off and whatever.
Right.
Second contestant was bisexual, so she had 3 guys and 3 girls. So you saw vaginas and penises.
Oh, I bet they don't. Do they do it in reverse where there's a guy looking at 5 girls?
Presumably. I don't know. I've only watched it once.
Right, that sounds awesome.
Reverse dating. So you get to see their dick first, or the private parts first. The first thing you see, rather than
The last thing.
Yeah,
exactly.
And you see their head last. And
Yeah. I might have to check that out.
That's funny.
Reverse dating.
It was on ABC or one of those.
I thought it was.
I can't remember.
I thought it was going to say it's like sweet. Sounds like it'd be Swedish or something.
No, it's English.
Yeah, right.
Mm.
So much for the English.
So there was like this chick was like, nah,
Was she hot?
that dick's too big for me. That would fucking
Really?
That would break me. She eliminated it because it was too big.
Cross her off the list.
Because you would be one that she
It just
wouldn't choose because it was
wouldn't be able to cope.
Yeah, so if you want to see some private
I'm just amazed that it's an English show.
it was about 10 o'clock at night or something one night. I can't even remember what night it was on.
I assume they're flaccid.
They are flaccid, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which isn't an accurate... I mean, it's accurate for flaccid, but...
That's right. You could be a grower.
That's right. Not just a
Grower,
shower.
not a shower.
Yeah.
Yeah. That, I don't know if that holds true.
I can't say either yes or no, because then it'll give the game away, won't it?
Well, I'm just saying, apparently.
I think... Yeah, I don't know if it's true either.
Yeah.
So if it's big flaccid, it's fucking enormous hard, and if it's small
Well,
flaccid,
if it's big flaccid, it's not going to get smaller, is it?
No, but it means that, I guess some flaccid penises might extend to like 3 times their size when they're hard, whereas a one that's large flaccid might
just stay the same size.
Might just go double.
It's a bit like those mirrors that say, objects may be larger in real life.
No. Yeah,
something like that. Objects may be closer than they are, or bigger than they are. Or...
Yeah, objects may be closer than they appear.
Yeah, that's what it is. Maybe...
It's like, what's his name's T-shirt? He had a T-shirt that said that. Shane.
Shane who?
Shane. We interviewed.
Shane Betts?
Yeah.
Oh, poor Shane. Fucking hell. That's what happens when you go doctor shopping, kids.
Oh,
yeah. Prescription drugs cause more pain and
death
than recreational drugs.
Yeah.
So often...
I'm pleased to see marijuana is becoming more and more legal all over the world.
Yeah.
In
fact, I'm given... Because Gabriella suffers from severe migraines.
Right.
She's starting to go through menopause.
You better get her on the CBD oil, mate.
Well, I've just ordered some.
Have you?
Yeah. And I'm being interested to try to see what happens, because I think they might help her.
Yeah, right.
Because you can't just keep taking painkillers. Her migraines are so bad that she has to be in a closed, dark room.
How frequently does she get them?
She's getting them like more than monthly.
Right.
To the point where they're just completely debilitating. Whatever she has to do, she has to come straight home. She's nauseous, often vomits.
And the medication painkillers that she has for it.
Oh, she just takes...
Presumably she has something special for it?
Well, there's that Masindol, but that's been put on prescription only now because it's got codeine in it.
That's fuck.
I know.
That is ridiculous. I was at the doctor's the other day to get some...
smack.
And there was a sign that said, "We do not prescribe," and it had obvious things like Valium and Xanax and stuff, but it also had Panadine Forte.
Yeah, because it's got codeine in it. Well, Panadine Forte you can't get on a script anyway. That's the only way you can get it as a script. That's been the case for a long time. Right. But Nurofen Plus, for instance, which has a tiny bit of codeine in it, you can't get. Because codeine, people that have got a codeine problem will strip away, like somehow remove the codeine from those pills and bang them up. But I was going to say...
How do you do that?
I don't know.
How do you extract it? You can
probably
pick the blue dots out rather than the white dots.
I think you could probably YouTube it.
There's some homework tonight.
Yeah. There's YouTube instruction for everything.
Is there? Even naughty stuff like that?
Yeah, for sure, man.
Is there YouTube stuff on how to make crack from regular Coke?
There's YouTube
like
stuff
how to cook it up,
how to smoke crack,
how to cook it up with the baking soda and shit.
Yeah, I assume there would be. I bet there is.
Wow.
But what I was going to say earlier is, talking about that friend Shane we have. He had basically a speed addiction. He had speed psychosis, speed addiction, but it wasn't recreational speed from your average dealer. It was Duromine. Which is a diet fat loss drug, which is basically dexamphetamine or some sort of amphetamine.
Yes.
And he would take one 40 milligram tablet will just cook you. You won't eat all day and you'll be fried.
There's a movie. Oh, yeah.
And he would take 5 before he trained. So he had speed psychosis. Rather than quitting the Duromine, his doctors would just put him on like antipsychotic drugs. So you're just piling more prescriptions on top of each other, rather than dealing with the base addiction.
There's a movie which I can't recall the name, but it's a pretty heavy movie. But the kids are into drugs, right, and the mother's all against it. But the mother is on Duromine and like spends hours cleaning the house and stuff, and it's all played fast forward, so you see her fucking
because that's how she's feeling.
And she has no. It's exactly the same.
Yeah, but it's complete disconnect about what she thinks.
About what her son's up to. And her son steals a TV and takes it to the op shop and gets money for it all the time to get his drugs. I will remember it. Yeah. But I can't remember right now.
It's heavy. It sounds it like it's that, but that we've seen it people in the gym over the years where they've had a drug problem, and then rather than dealing with the drug problem, they seek traditional medical help through doctors, and the doctors again just heap on more prescriptions. So you're looking at people just becoming zombies. You know, message your Bay. Message Bay.
Bay. No.
BAE.
Do
you ever use that? Bay?
I don't use that.
Probably do, don't you?
I don't actually. We have our own little names for each other.
Yeah, so do we.
Yeah, private ones.
Mine's get back in the kitchen.
Bitch.
do you? Do the dishes.
Yeah, like you fucking should be doing.
It's like that joke.
I bet you probably do more dishes around here like I do at my house. I just fucking do all of them. And
I do all the cooking. I do the cooking. I don't. I'm. You know the problem.
I'm probably the bitch in my relationship in terms of all that shit.
The problem when you're married to an Italian, you can't do any cleaning or cooking or any domestic chores better than they can, or they believe they can. So I'll pack the dishwasher, and she will unpack it because I haven't packed it right. And I'm not even doing the guy thing where you do it intentionally bad laces. She will do it. Like I've told you before, like if I'm getting a coffee, I'll take the coffee cup out and put it down, and then turn around to get something else, and the coffee cup will be back in the cupboard. Literally, because
does she not know you were getting it out for a coffee?
It doesn't matter. It's making a mess. I'll be cooking.
That must be hard.
You think?
To handle.
I'll be cooking, and she'll be go, "Oh, you're making so much mess." I'm cooking.
You clean up afterwards, presumably?
I try. Of course I do.
So there should be no issue.
There's issues. Neurotic Italian Catholics.
I wish. I need a little bit of that for mine. A little bit of the cleanliness.
For your partner?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you just need a bit of Italian Catholic. She's quite insane.
Yeah, that seems extreme. Like, fair enough. If you'd cooked and then left a fucking mess like a useless bastard, then you deserve.
We used to, because I used to flat with. I flatted with Gabriella for a little while, right, before we were together.
Oh, really?
And with two other people, and we
just before she did the competition around then.
No, we were together then. No, this is back in Queensland years ago.
Oh, right.
That's how I met her. I met her at the gym. But anyway, and we would always joke that when Gabriella would come home from work, you would just hide, because she would just go into this cleaning frenzy.
Did you fancy her then?
Oh, for sure. I've got a diary entry from 1993 when I first met her, saying, "I met such and such's girlfriend."
Oh, she was someone else.
She's super hot. And that's a diary entry.
You kept the diary.
I've got it still.
Do you still keep a diary?
I keep starting. I haven't done one for a while, but it's something I used to do regularly for years. Yeah.
Just when you had something.
No, every day. No, I'd keep it because my dad kept the diaries most of his adult life.
Wow. And
he's still got them at my brother's place, at my family home. Yeah, right. It's pretty awesome. Like refer back to all the stuff. So I for a while, and it's interesting when I did it. At the start of the diary, at the start of the year, I'd write down goals.
Yes.
And when I did that, and every time I achieved, like I wrote at the time in when was I moving to Sydney? 96 or 97. I wrote I wanted to move to Sydney. I wanted to compete in my first bodybuilding show as a middleweight and win it, and do some other stuff and buy a Harley. I did all those things except buy the Harley because I lost interest in that. But there's something to be said about writing goals down and actually.
For sure.
Just getting a call from Jordan. Do you want to put him on loudspeaker?
Yeah, I'll
just answer. Jordo.
How you doing?
You're actually live on the podcast.
You are.
We're just recording a podcast. Yeah.
Well.
Say hi to the listeners.
No one support timing. Apologies for that.
No, not at all.
You're actually on speaker.
You're on speakerphone, so we've got you actually on it's Jordo the Fat Red.
How good, boys? Eh? This is the fattest of Reds here. Just chiming in on the Push podcast, giving my 2 cents worth. No, I'll be quick, guys. Trust me. Kev, I've got some potential customers for you, mate.
Okay, how about I call you back?
Yeah, cool.
Hey, Kev, just before you go, Jordo, what's your latest eating challenge been?
Well, I just got back from a trip up north, and I had a fair few challenges up there. But this weekend I'm taking down 12 kilos of food with 2 other boys, so that's going to be a big one. There's going to be wings, there's going to be burger, there's going to be chips, there's going to be 2 litres of thick shake. It's going to get nasty.
Where's that
That's
at?
the way I
Where's
like
it at?
It's out at Braids in Parramatta, one of the best burger places you'll come across in Sydney. So yeah.
Okay. And just finally, are you coming to my birthday party?
Oh yeah, I saw that on Facebook. So
22nd of December.
Active on Facebook. When is it?
22nd of December.
Saturday the
I'll save
22nd.
the date.
Bronte
I think
Beach.
I've got another birthday, but I think it's the weekend before. But I'll check.
All right.
You just fuck that one off.
Yeah,
anyway.
man. This is the big one.
This is
The big 5-0.
This is Big Steve.
We'll see, boys. All right, you go back to your priorities, and I'll get to these customers.
All right, brother.
All right, bro. See you, mate.
Bye.
See ya, lads. Love you.
Love you.
No, that's it.
Jordo. The Fat Red. It's good.
Always good value. We should get him back on.
We should. We should. Well, we got to ask him about his swingers. This is the swingers club.
Yeah, that's right. I reckon he'll be disappointed.
Oh, it usually is a disappointment, isn't it? Apparently. I've been told.
So
I've been told.
Heard, yeah. His painters are still going.
Yeah. Well, it's a big
Still,
building they've got to pay.
They're on the West Wing right now.
The West Wing. Did you ever go to that one on Burke Street? Surrey Hills?
No, I never did.
No, I don't. Oh, actually, no, I take that back. I don't want to say anymore.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
I had a mate who got a job as a barman there.
I think he told me that,
He got sacked on his first night because he shagged 2 of the chicks that were
That's
there.
great. At that Burke Street one?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great.
He's
You're not allowed
a
to do
good-looking
that?
boy, but
Not allowed to fraternise?
No. But he wasn't knocking it back.
Of course. That's funny.
I don't know if it's 2 at the same time or 2 one after the other.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Mark's now a screenwriter. He writes screenplays.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's fucking pretty good too.
Got some experience to draw on.
He has a lot of stories, a lot of dodgy stories as you would imagine. And he takes bits and makes like a whole movie scripts.
Yeah, cool.
Based on his experiences.
Yeah.
And I've read some of them, and I know some of the parts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm like, that's exactly.
Have you ever become a character in any of his
I
films?
haven't, but other acquaintances of ours have appeared as characters,
right?
And I've recognised them straight away.
Really?
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, he goes in. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah,
that's a good read. Actually, I should forward that to you. The script that he sent me.
Okay.
It's all set in the cross and all that, you know.
Yeah, when the cross was happening.
Yes. Yes. Always.
Because you've dated you've had a number of strippers in your life, haven't you?
I don't know what you're talking about. Couple.
What was the little one, Chiquita?
Yeah. Yeah. There's been a couple. That was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago, man.
That was like.
I remember she used to drive a Jeep because I had a Jeep.
That was 2000.
And she used to have a cushion on top of her seat because she couldn't reach the pedal. She was shorter than me.
4'10".
Like you seen that seem to know that number quite well.
That's about
Yes. She was tiny.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sexy girl.
Very voluptuous though.
Oh yeah. There was a lot of her in the right places.
Like Sir Mix-a-Lot says, you know that. But
only she's 5 foot.
Yeah.
It's like every other.
Yeah.
Gotta love them. Gotta love those thick chicks.
Thick.
I don't get like. It's funny though, you know.
Chunky.
Like I was training one of Marcelo's clients, and he was saying there's a girl at the gym that trains with Package Man, and incidentally, like Campbell made a point. He was leaning against the wall there where the waiting area was, Package Man was, and he was resting his codpiece on the wall. While he was leaning against the wall talking to someone, and he was resting his codpiece on the wall, like because maybe it was heavy and he needed a rest or something. And me and Jan and Campbell were looking at it.
What does Campbell have to say about it?
It's just bemused, like we all are.
Yeah.
Isadora, on the other hand, my clients seem to think that it was. She gets why he does it because he's so obsessed with trying in his eyes looking perfect. You know, like the tights. His legs are perfectly hairless.
Yes.
And he was saying, look, if you look at like guys' cocks, they don't conform to aesthetics as far as where they sit.
It's not a symmetrical bulge.
And she said, of course he has to do it because everything else is symmetrical and on point. So he has to have a crutch reflecting that as well, which is a good point.
Like a ballet dancer, a male ballet dancer has something.
It's called someone told me the name of it. It's called a discretion piece or something. No, that's not right. But some sort of.
So you can't see.
What's the word?
So you can just see a uniform bulge and
rather
can't see
than
any
like some veins,
head outline,
or
German helmet,
or what religion they are.
Yes.
I was going somewhere before I got on a tangent about him and his fucking ridiculous pouch.
You should make notes. Oh yeah.
I was talking about something in the gym. Marcelo's client.
I'm surprised we got that back.
Well done. Has that thing for this skinny blonde girl that trains with him. She looks nearly anorexic. She was there today. She's pretty face, but just nearly anorexic.
There are a couple of full anorexic girls at the gym.
Yeah,
but
them?
Like
she's actually. They made her get a letter from a doctor.
This one,
that really one.
The one I'm talking about.
The one with the glasses that does the treadmill. Yeah, like seriously, looks like she's on death's door.
Fuck, man, it's fucking agonisingly, depressingly.
It's sad,
horrifying.
And it's. There was one that worked at the gym. Lovely girl.
Oh yes,
right. Really nice girl, and been in and out of hospital.
But I think that was more than just that.
No, she was. But anyway, but my point. I'm not going to name, but she's a really nice person. But Maria Zach, who works there, was saying I just keep telling her she needs to eat and it's missing the point. Like there's a little bit more to it than just getting a meal in. You know, like the issues are so deep.
Yeah.
And require a
How
lot
deep are those issues?
I think they're very deep. That you can't just. It's not about missing a meal, or even. It's not even about aesthetics. About looking in the mirror, and it's the same as any sort of psychological disorder.
Oh, that's right. There was a clip I saw. Note of it. I saw a clip on Facebook about young men being obsessed with exercising and dieting and it being a health issue.
Well, we only see we only see it like a tiny portion of it because there's not many young guys that train at our gym. They're all old gay guys.
But this article just showed like young guys who were like training and they were obsessed about building muscles and they were watching their food and the whole thrust of the article was saying that
how unhealthy
this is reverse anorexia,
yeah.
Right? What about the fucking 60% of the population that are fucking obese?
Yeah, well, that's okay.
Killing themselves.
You're fat shaming when you say that. That's fat shaming, kids.
These are guys that want to look fit and healthy. It touched on steroids, some of them using that, but that or not, it's got to be a healthier obsession than fucking filling your fat face full of cupcakes fucking 24/7.
Yeah, but that doesn't sell. It's not clickbait. Steroids and guys obsessing about being ripped. It's just it's quite topical and popular. It's like, I mean, and keep in mind, like the goal of The new like paradigm is to look like that yucky guy. The guy on that the Instagram guy has got over 100,000, 150,000
The one you showed me.
Yeah, YAKI.
Neck to fucking ankles.
Tatted up hard. Like my friend Ben knows him. He's apparently a nice guy. $60,000 spent on tattoos. But that's the look that guys want. It's like Jackson that we know, Jackson Tippett as well. He, you know,
most of his body,
and
not his abs though, which is kind of good.
No, but really lean, tatted up. Not particularly, not super muscular, but pretty big. By bodybuilding standards, not super muscular, but that's the goal. And to stay in ridiculous shape all year round.
Yeah.
That's the goal. And that's the look that young guys want now. Is it a bad thing? It's better than being fat.
There are worse things.
I know what I'd rather be.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go in for my sleeve.
Are you really?
No, I'm not.
No, I wouldn't worry. Like, we've discussed that. I don't think.
No, I'm not. I'm joking.
Yeah.
I'm joking. I'm not.
Are you thinking about tattoos though?
No, I mean I've thought about them for 20 years.
No, Jade's got enough for both of you probably.
She does. She does. Oh no, look,
It's sort of cool that like she should continue getting them and you not have any. That's a cool juxtaposition.
It is. People expect her partner to have.
When you're both naked, if people were to see you both naked,
Yeah.
they
Which
could,
volume?
they could marvel at the contrast.
They could, and I will. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to get a big back piece.
Right. Do you need a big back first?
You know what I found? What I found actually is fuck off. I found that
I'm hilarious.
my back and my legs are all right. It's the areas where I used to do all site injections that are just ruined. My shoulders and arms. My shoulders used to be a good body part.
Yeah, they did.
But
I bet you never contemplated that at the time, did you?
Well, no. Well, it's actually
what might be the case in 20 years, 10 years, whatever.
Well, I thought the opposite. I thought I was enhancing them.
Yeah.
And again, it's looking at a short-term benefit rather than the long-term consequences. And
But we do that our whole lives.
We do well, yeah. But that's the book. The book I'm reading by Jordan Peterson called 12 Rules of.
I've been listening to some Jordan Peterson. Fuck, he's a smart man.
Very, very. But one of his main rules is to delay gratification in life and sacrifice. And if you do that, usually, if you're looking for immediate gratification, whatever realm of life, it's usually not going to end well.
Yeah. Right.
So I want big arms and I want them now. So put a whole heap of stuff in my arms. Whereas just being content and patient, you can transfer that to other aspects of life, I find.
Yeah.
Jordan Peterson, very smart guy, as is Sam Harris. You should listen to Sam Harris as well.
Right. I haven't yet.
Listen to his podcast and his meditation app. Oh, I've got a lump in my mouth. So the latest dental.
You've had a lump in your mouth plenty of times, haven't you?
The latest issue I've got. Fuck, my dentist make a lot of money out of me. I've got this lump here. Look.
Oh Jesus! It looks like a big fucking wart in your mouth.
So it's
you've been putting warty things in your mouth, Steve.
It's not a STD, SDI now. It's not an SDI. I've bitten it a number of times, and every time I bite it now, it's sort of grown.
Oh, does it bleed?
And now it's at the size where it's very hard to avoid.
It's like a little penis in your mouth, Steve. That's
No, it's
more
not.
like a clit.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for qualifying that. It's a very small penis.
No, it's more like a clitoris in your mouth.
It's like yeah.
Do you flick it with your tongue?
I do. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Continuously.
Does it give you any sort of stimulation?
None whatsoever. No, but I do flick it with my tongue.
Did you ever see the movie Deep Throat? That porn?
Yeah, Linda Lovelace.
Do you remember that?
Of course, Linda Lovelace. She, I read her biography, and then she, for those who don't know, it's one of the first big porns that came out.
But the storyline was that she didn't have a
clitoris in her pussy. She had it in her
down
throat.
the back of her throat.
The only way she could orgasm was getting
deep throated.
Throat fucked.
Yeah.
This is a podcast that none of my children are going to see, obviously, like the other ones. But no, so Linda Lovelace then actually came out later and
said that she was
coerced into it.
Yeah,
and
coerced into taking those 10 inches down her throat.
Yeah, and that she'd found religion, and it was all bad.
Right.
Wasn't complaining at the time, but then again, she couldn't.
She had a mouthful.
She had a throat full.
She did.
God love her. Yeah, so that's it. On that note,
yeah, that's a good. That's not a bad effort.
Did Linda Lovelace deep throating, lumps in my mouth?
That was the last 3 minutes. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we'll leave it there. On that note, we'll end on a high.
Yeah. All right.
I'm Steve Machine Curran.
Hey, subscribe.
Oh yeah, like, subscribe, comment.
Yeah, I've got
Down here.
some mates from overseas subscribing.
Oh, good. How's your sister? Did she see the episode where we discussed her gender transformation?
She saw it. She liked
What's her name? Keith.
Yeah. Hey, Sister Keith. All right. Take care. We'll see you next time.
I'm Steve Machine Curran.
Kevin Big Daddy Allwood.
Much love.